Hello everyone, this is Husker Eurocat welcoming you back to Madden 19 for the PC and the New York Jets franchise. Thus far in the season, the Jets haven't been able to put together a winning game. They sit at 0-4 through the first quarter of this season. This week, they have a legitimate shot at winning their first game. They play the Denver Broncos. Now, the Broncos have put up 26 points per game in their first 4 outings and haven't been able to break into the win column either. They came close last week, tying the Kansas City Chiefs at 35 apiece. The Jets will have to come up with a plan to stop former Jet running back Bilal Powell. While he hasn't had an outstanding season thus far with the Broncos, this will be a grudge match, and he'll be looking for a little payback. Can the Jet D rise to the occasion and get their first win, or will they fall even further into the pit of despair? Let's find out as the Jets host the Broncos here on the Football Freaks Sports Network. Cairo Santos gets us underway here in Metlife Stadium, sending it deep to Brendan Langley, and he takes a knee. That brings it out to the 25-yard line where the Broncos will start. Powell takes it up the right hash mark and is stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. They give it to Powell again, tries the left side, and he gets nowhere. 3rd and 7. Powell again on the screen pass, and he gets stopped in the backfield. That gives the Jets their first opportunity. And Darnold's back to pass, completes it to Tomlinson over the middle for a 7-yard gain. 3rd and 2 now. And Nicholas catches it, but does not get the first down. 4th and inches, and the Jets will have to punt it back. Powell is the lone setback. Keenum fakes it, throws, and completes it to Jake Butt over the 40-yard line, and that is a Denver first down. On 2nd and 10, the give is to Powell. He gets stopped up at the line of scrimmage, but forces his way for a 6-yard gain. 3rd and 4. Sanders catches it inside Jet territory at the 40-yard line. They'll give him the 39. 1st and 10. Powell up the left side, and he's stopped at the 32-yard line. 2nd and 3. The fake to Powell, throw over the middle. Sanders catches it at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Denver. Keenum fakes the handoff again, passes it to Sanders over the middle, and he's down to the 12. 3rd and 2. Powell stumbles his way for a first down inside the 10-yard line down at the 7. And Powell again inside the 5 to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal. Keenum throws over the middle, and it's a touchdown to rookie Courtland Sutton. Denver certainly made it look easy on that drive. And Courtland Sutton, with that catch in the end zone, puts Denver on top 7-0. Now 3rd and 11. The pass up the numbers, and Quincy Enunwa has the catch at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Anderson across the middle catches the ball at the 40-yard line, and that gives him a 7-yard gain. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. We see your score 7-0. Denver is on top at MetLife Stadium. The handoff goes to Williams, and he has the first down to the 35-yard line. Now out of the shotgun, Darnold fakes the handoff and is sacked He couldn't evade the rush of Kenny Vaccaro. That brings up 3rd and 14. Darnold back to pass, throws incomplete for Troy Nicholas, and that will bring on Cairo Santos for a 58-yard field goal, and it's just short, missing the crossbar by mere inches. And after a Denver 3 and out, Darnold is walking back on the field again, this time with excellent field position at the 49-yard line. Inside Bronco territory already, and the pass is complete over the middle. Robbie Anderson catches that one down at the 35-yard line for a first down. Out of the one-back formation, Darnold throws again and completes it to Troy Nicholas inside the 15-yard line. Now on 3rd and 9. The pass over the middle to Williams, and he gets inside the one stop just before he crosses the goal line. And that will give the Jets at least 3 shots at it from inside the one. And they only need 1 shot because Williams gets in the end zone. Touchdown, New York. You see on the replay where Damian Williams completely changes directions, and I'm not quite sure why, but at least he got into the end zone and tied this ball game up at 7 apiece. Now Denver out of the shotgun. Keenum throws complete to Sutton, and he is free down the left side and into the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. Well, that certainly didn't take Denver very long to answer back, and Morris Claiborne just wasn't fast enough to catch up. He dives after Sutton, but Sutton will not be denied. A 67-yard touchdown pass puts the Broncos back on top in 2 plays. That is not a good thing if you're a Jet fan. And after a 3 and out from each team, the Jets come back out to try and get some more points before halftime, with only 48 seconds left in the half. Darnold back to pass, throws long, and completes it. Jermaine Kearse inside the 35-yard line to the 34. And the Jets take a timeout. Now 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. Darnold back to pass again. Has all day and completes it to Quincy Enunwa down to the 14-yard line. Now on 3rd down. Darnold throws again to Anderson, and does he have the first down? No, they're not going to give it to him, and Cairo Santos has to come out and kick a chip shot. That brings us to 14-10, and halftime is upon us. Neither team has established any kind of a run game, and we need to see if that can change here in the second half, as we'll be back to Metlife Stadium in just a moment. Sam Darnold and the New York Jets trot back on the field. They have the ball first here in the second half. Can they improve on the 146 passing yards of the first half? And they start out with a first down across the middle to Quincy Enunwa. Tackled out at the 43-yard line. Now out of the eye. Darnold back to pass again. Completes it to Leggett. And he is inside Jet territory down to the 45. Back to pass again. And it goes to Anderson this time, and he cannot hold on to it. 3rd and 9. Darnold is back to pass and is sacked. Brandon Marshall getting to him on an acrobatic that stops the Jets' momentum and gives the ball back to the Broncos. Keenum throws complete out to the 37-yard line, complete to Jake Butt. Powell goes up the left hash marks to the 48-yard line, and a first down for the Broncos. Just under a 4-yard average per carry. Bilal Powell is having an average day. And over the middle, and it's incomplete. That brings up 2nd and 10. Keenum throws complete to Sutton inside Jet territory at the 44. Keenum back to pass again, and it's complete to Jake Butt. They need to cover him a little bit better than that. Powell goes up the middle and is out in the open. Touchdown, Denver. And with that 32-yard touchdown scamper, Powell puts the Broncos out in front by 11 points now. Darnold back to pass, completes it to Anderson, and he's out in the open. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 73-yard touchdown pass. Bradley Roby loses his footing, or else that could have been a tackle right there where he caught it. But it's a touchdown for the Jets, and they're going for 2. And that one is broken up. Bradley Chubb getting his mitts in there and knocking that pass away. So after multiple 3-and-outs, we have a punt by the Jets, and it's down inside the 10-yard line. We're going to mark it right at the 10. Keenum to Jake Butt, and he is out past the 25 for a first down. Denver. I think they need to stick a couple of guys on him. Keenum back to pass on first down, and it's complete to Thomas. A 9-yard pickup. And that brings up 2nd down. Very short. Powell powers his way to the 40-yard line. First down for Denver. Keenum back to pass, completes it to Jake Butt out on the right side, and he has a 4-yard pickup. Now out of the shotgun, Keenum throws wildly off target. That's incomplete and brings up 4th down. They have to kick it back to the Jets. Now, Darnold out of the shotgun, completes it. And that's Quincy Enunwa with a very acrobatic catch and a first down for the Jets. Darnold back to pass and is sacked. Derek Wolfe getting to him for a 4-yard loss. 2nd down. Cross the middle to Anderson, and he has it for the first down out to the 41. Darnold back to pass. Seems like he has all day and throws it. Almost intercepted by Justin Simmons. Darnold back to throw again. He overthrows Robbie Anderson, and that brings up 4th down. It's the Broncos' ball again, and they have excellent field position inside Jet territory. Powell with a short gain, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning with your score 21-16. Denver, and Powell with another short gain. Brings up 4th and 8, and a field goal. And he just snuck it in the right side for a 24-16 lead, and the Jets have to make something happen in a hurry. That will start them out right with Damian Williams and a 7-yard catch over the middle. Damian Williams again inside Jet territory at the 48. 1st and 10. Darnold drops back. and completes that one out to Troy Nicholas, but he can't get out of bounds. 40 seconds left in the game, and Jermaine Kearse catches it at the 6-yard line. And the Jets take a timeout. Now Darnold back to pass, completes it to Crowell, and he should have just dropped that one because he didn't make anything on it. 9 seconds, cross the middle, and complete in the end zone. Robbie Anderson, touchdown Jets. But hold the phone, everyone. The Jets have to make this two-pointer or else they lose. And it's complete in the end zone to Troy Nicholas. That ties up the ball game at 24 apiece and sends us into overtime. The Jets have it first, so a touchdown will end this football game. And Williams carries it up the middle for a 5-yard pickup. Working on the hash marks. Again, it's to Williams, and he has a first down out to the 37. That's 4 receptions for 46 yards. Damian Williams proving himself a great asset out of the backfield. That one's complete to Tomlinson for a 4-yard gain to the 43, and that one is knocked down. Bradley Roby with the breakup, and the Jets have to punt, and they down the ball inside the 10. Now, any kind of a score is going to finish this ball game up. And the Broncos at the 10. And Keenum is sacked at the 2-yard line by Henry Anderson. Andy Janovich up the middle for a 6-yard gain. So from the 8, Keenum passes complete to Sanders out at the 28-yard line, and a first down for the Broncos. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. Keenum is sacked. Jonathan Hankins getting to him on that play for a 7-yard loss. Keenum back to pass again, complete to Sanders. Ooh, and is he hit by Trumaine Johnson? And hangs on to the football, but he doesn't get the first down. So that gives the ball back to the Jets. And Darnold goes back to pass and completes it out at the 49-yard line to Jermaine Kearse. Darnold back to pass again, completes it again to Nicholas inside the 40. About the 35 is where they need to get. And Darnold goes back to pass, and Anderson catches it inside the 30 at the 27-yard line. And they set up the game-winning field goal. 44 yards. Can Cairo Santos make this? It's up, and it's short. That ends the football game with a tie. 24 apiece in overtime. Oh, what a heartbreaking tie. That seemed to be the weakest field goal attempt that I've seen from Santos all season so far. For as hard as the Jets fought back to get in this position, and then to have that field goal fall short like that, oh, it just had to hurt. It hurts me, and I'm only sitting up here in the booth. New York only had 10 yards on the ground, but more than made up for it, gaining 415 yards through the air. But notice another key metric is that there were no, count them, 0 turnovers in the game. When has that ever happened this season? I think it's absolutely outstanding that there was over 600 yards through the air and not an interception in sight. nor was there a fumble by a quarterback. I wonder if EA did some programming to take that annoying quarterback fumble animation out, because it just doesn't happen. Or at least it didn't in this game. Darnold threw it 52 times in this game, and I would think that his arm needs to be iced down after that little recital. I would say that throwing for 435 yards has to be a career high for him. All I can say is that the Jets need to find a running game to offset some of the throws that Darnold needs to make. Would someone down in the comments please let me know if you can set the AI to display running plays more often in the choices that pop up on the play menu between plays. Most of the time I have to navigate to a run play if I'm going to run one. It's kind of frustrating. It would seem that Damian Williams had a better running day. Not that either of these running backs could find room, but at least Williams caught the ball out of the backfield well. It may be time for a halfback change in New York. I'm just saying. I'm becoming a little disappointed with the play of Robbie Anderson. He does an excellent job of catching the ball when not contested, but if there is a defender in his face, he drops the ball a high percentage of the time. I'm not sure how many times he was targeted, but he caught the ball 7 times and dropped it 3 in the game. So I would say that his catch percentage is not as high as it could be. He just needs to be able to put the squeeze on the ball once it's in his hands. That's all I know. Otherwise, the receiving crew did a wonderful job in this game. On the defensive side of the ball, as many times as the ball was in the air, I thought the secondary did a solid job of defending the big play. That one play by the rookie Cortland Sutton that he scored on was definitely an oops play by the D, but overall they did well. I would like to see the line control the run a little bit better, but holding a team under 100 yards carrying the rock is pretty good. No interceptions in today's game, but there were a number of tackles for loss that got recorded, so they were getting in the backfield and causing some disruption there, which is always a good thing. Cairo Santos didn't have the best day, and it showed. I know that one miss was from long range and is understandable, but 44 yards? Come on, man. Kick that ball through. That isn't really a gimme, but when the game is on the line, you have to make those kicks. The Jets will stay at home and at Metlife Stadium for the next challenge, and that will be hosting the Indianapolis Colts. And now the Colts stand at 2-3 on the season, so one would think that this is another legitimate chance for the Jets to get their first win of the season. After this game, it doesn't get any easier for New York. They play the Bills twice and the Dolphins for a second time, but all the other games will be tough to get a win. Indy has a definite pass presence with Andrew Luck and T.Y. Hilton, and of course tight ends Jack Doyle and Eric Ebron, but they're counting on rookie halfback out of North Carolina State, Nyheim Hines, to shoulder the running game, and I don't know if that's going to get them the yards that they need. The Jets have to be careful though, because he is fast and can be a threat out of the backfield catching the ball. Marlon Mack is out for another 4 weeks with an upper arm fracture, so the kid is going to get the start. That, coupled with the fact that I took their number 1 draft choice in Quentin Nelson in a multiplayer trade to shore up my O-line a bit, and you have a weaker Colt O-line as a result. Their best player on the line is Anthony Costanzo at left tackle, so the Jet D-line should be able to make some headway against them. Their defense could really use some help. since Jabal Sheard is their best player on the roster. Don't get me wrong, he is good, but let's just say that the players that I traded away, Kevin Minter and Buster Screen, are starters on the Colt defense. I won't go any further than that to say the Jets should be able to get their first win of the season against Indy. The Jets still have a few players that have not re-signed contracts, and the first is Robbie Anderson. I know that he's been having a problem dropping the ball lately, and I don't know if that is a real issue or just a passing phase, but Coach Nelson is leery of his performance and doesn't want to give him the $40 million that is fair at this point, and he refuses a $35 million contract, which is okay for now. He then offers a $17.6 million deal to Shane Ray, which comes in just under the $17.7 million deal that he would like, and he refuses that. Now on to Quincy Enunwa. Now, this guy is proven to be an excellent slot receiver, and we need to keep him here with the Jets. He's offered a 4-year contract for $23.4 million, and he accepts the deal. A win in my book. Well, that'll wrap up this week's presentation of the New York Jets franchise. Thanks so much for watching. Please keep in mind that if you enjoyed this video, leave a like so that others can enjoy it too. And make sure that you subscribe and click on the bell for notifications of upcoming videos as well. The Jets blew a sure victory this week with a missed field goal to end in a tie with the Broncos. Will they have any better success against an Indy team that is in need of talent on both sides of the football? The aerial attack is still a valid concern, and New York cannot take this team lightly, or they could face yet another loss. The Jets didn't start out quarter number 2 of this season on a good note like they had hoped, but that could be remedied against the Colts. Be with us as the New York Jets host the Indianapolis Colts here in Metlife Stadium. And until I see you then, this is Husker Eurocat saying so long for now, and have a good day, everyone.